Have you felt it? That quiet, persistent hum beneath the surface of your days? A subtle shift in the air. A feeling that you are standing on the precipice of something immense. Something you can't quite name but can feel in your very bones. As the leaves turn to fire and the nights grow longer, there's a sense that the veil between worlds is thinning. And a feeling that the person you are right now is about to become a memory. If this resonates, you are not imagining it. You are simply tuned into one of the most profound astrological shifts of the year. Because on the last day of October, under the watchful gaze of a Scorpio moon, everything changes, now. As we venture into these deep and mystical waters together, it's beautiful to remember that astrology is a language of archetypes. A map of potential, not a rigid prediction of our fate. It's a powerful tool for self-awareness and a guide to understanding the currents we swim in. But ultimately, you are the captain of your own ship, and your free will is the star you navigate by. So take what resonates with your soul and leave the rest, allowing this to be a conversation that illuminates the path you are already walking. The energy we're about to discuss has been building for weeks. A silent pressure accumulating deep within the collective subconscious. Scorpio season, in itself, is always a journey into the underworld of our own psyches. It's a time of year when the universe invites us to look at what's hidden, to confront the shadows we've conveniently tucked away, and to find the treasure buried in our deepest wounds. Scorpio doesn't do things by halves. Its energy is one of total transformation, of death and rebirth, demanding that we shed old skins so that we may be reborn. Like the mythical phoenix, from the ashes of who we used to be. It's intense. It's passionate. And it is unapologetically raw. But this year, the last day of October holds something uniquely potent. It's not just the magic of Samhain, the ancient Celtic festival where the boundary between this world and the next is at its most permeable. It's not just the playful spookiness of Halloween. This year, the cosmos is aligning to create a perfect storm of transformative power. Centered on this single, pivotal day, we will experience a dramatic partial lunar eclipse, a blood moon, in the steadfast, earthy sign of Taurus, directly opposing the Sun and Mercury in the watery depths of Scorpio. An eclipse is never a gentle nudge, it is a cosmic reboot. It's a sudden shutting down and restarting of our energetic systems, designed to rapidly align us with our higher destiny. And a lunar eclipse, which always occurs on a full moon, is about endings, culminations, and emotional revelations. It's the universe turning on a spotlight in a room we've kept dark for far too long. Imagine a cosmic tug-of-war. On one side, you have the Sun in Scorpio, urging you to dive deep, to investigate, to feel everything with searing intensity, and to merge with the mysteries of life. On the other side, you have the Moon in Taurus, the sign of stability, comfort, material security, and the physical senses. The Moon in Taurus wants to hold on, to build, to find solid ground. This eclipse, therefore, creates a powerful tension between our desire for emotional and spiritual depth and our craving for tangible, earthly security. It's a showdown between what we think we need to feel safe, and what our soul knows we must release to truly evolve. And because this eclipse is happening on the last day of October, a day already steeped in ancestral magic and psychic sensitivity, the revelations it brings will be anything but subtle. The universe is about to show you, in no uncertain terms, what is truly valuable and what is merely a comfortable illusion you've been clinging to. This is why you must not miss the signs. They are the whispers of the universe, the breadcrumbs left by your own intuition, guiding you through this monumental shift. The signs will not always be loud or dramatic, like a clap of thunder. More often, they will be quiet, persistent, and deeply personal. They are the language of your soul speaking to you through the fabric of your daily life. And learning to listen is the most important skill you can cultivate right now. Let's start with the internal signs. The shifts happening within your own mind and heart. Perhaps the most prominent of these is the nature of your dreams. In the weeks leading up to this eclipse, your dream life may have become incredibly vivid, almost cinematic. You might be dreaming of people you haven't thought about in years, or finding yourself in symbolic landscapes that feel more real than your waking life. Pay close attention. Scorpio rules the subconscious, and an eclipse is a portal. Your dreams are the unfiltered messages from your deepest self, showing you the fears you need to release, the desires you need to acknowledge, and the truths you have been avoiding. Don't dismiss them as random firings of the brain. Keep a journal by your bed. The moment you wake up, before you even check your phone, write down everything you can remember, the feelings, the colors, the characters. Over time, you will begin to see a narrative unfold, a story that is pointing you directly toward the transformation that is waiting for you. Another internal sign is a sudden, piercing emotional clarity. You might be going about your day when, all at once, a profound realization washes over you. It could be about a relationship, a job, or a long-held belief. It's that aha moment where the fog lifts and you see a situation for exactly what it is, without the filter of wishful thinking or denial. This can be jarring, even painful. Realizing that a relationship has run its course, or that the career path you've dedicated years to is no longer aligned with your soul, is a difficult truth to swallow. This Scorpio-Taurus eclipse energy is designed to strip away the non-essential. It will force you to confront the gap between the life you've built and the life your soul is crying out for. Do not push these moments of clarity away. Acknowledge them. Sit with the discomfort. This is the first, crucial step toward authentic change. You may also notice old memories and emotions bubbling to the surface, seemingly out of nowhere. A song on the radio might trigger a wave of nostalgia for a past love, or a passing comment might unearth a childhood wound you thought was long healed. This is Scorpio's domain. It is the great excavator of the psyche, bringing buried things into the light not to torture you, but to liberate you. These resurfacing emotions are not a sign that you are moving backward. They are a sign that you are finally ready to heal them at their root. Instead of suppressing them, practice compassion for the version of you that first experienced that pain. Thank the memory for the lesson it taught you and consciously choose to release the emotional charge it holds. This is the sacred alchemy of turning lead into gold, of transforming your deepest wounds into your greatest strengths. The external signs are just as potent, and they often manifest as synchronicities. Synchronicities are those meaningful coincidences that feel like a wink from the universe, assuring you that you are on the right path. You might start seeing repeating number sequences everywhere: 111, 444, 2222. You might think of an old friend, only to have them call you minutes later. You may be grappling with a problem, and the answer appears in the lyrics of a song, a line from a book, or a conversation you overhear between strangers. These are not random. This is the universe communicating with you in a language beyond words. When these moments happen, pause, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what was I just thinking about? What is the message here for me? These synchronicities are confirmations, nudges, and signposts. They are proof that you are part of a larger, intelligent, and benevolent cosmic dance. Another powerful external sign is the sudden reappearance or departure of people in your life. The eclipse axis is fundamentally about relationships, our relationship to ourselves, Taurus, and our relationship to others, Scorpio. You may find that people from your past suddenly reach out, creating an opportunity for closure or reconciliation. Conversely, you may experience an abrupt and unexpected ending to a relationship or friendship that you thought was stable. While this can be painful, understand that this eclipse is a cosmic course corrector. It will swiftly and decisively remove connections that are not in alignment with your soul's growth, creating the space necessary for new, more authentic relationships to enter. The key is to trust the process. Do not cling to what is leaving. Bless it. Thank it for its role in your journey. And let it go with grace. The universe is not punishing you, it is protecting your future. Truths will also come to light. In a very dramatic fashion. Scorpio is the detective of the Zodiac. And it has an uncanny ability to uncover what is hidden. An eclipse amplifies this energy tenfold. Secrets, whether they are your own or someone else's, have a way of surfacing during this time. A piece of information you've been seeking may suddenly fall into your lap. A deception may be exposed. This can be destabilizing. But it is ultimately a gift. The truth, no matter how difficult, sets you free. It allows you to make decisions based on reality, not on illusion. Brace yourself for revelations, both in your personal life and on the world stage. The foundation of anything built on lies is about to crumble, clearing the ground for something more authentic and solid to be built in its place. So, how does this monumental shift manifest in the core areas of your life? Let's look at your relationships. This energy is forcing a radical re-evaluation of intimacy and connection. For some, this will mean the end of a long-term partnership that has been stagnant or toxic. The eclipse will illuminate the power dynamics, the unspoken resentments, and the fundamental incompatibilities that can no longer be ignored. It's an invitation to reclaim your power and to stop settling for a connection that diminishes your light. For others, this will be a time of profound deepening. If you are in a healthy, loving partnership, this energy will invite you to a new level of vulnerability and trust. It's a chance to share your deepest fears and desires. To merge your souls in a way that is both terrifying and exhilarating. The theme is authenticity. Superficial connections will not survive this transit. Only the real will remain, in your career and life's purpose. The shift can feel like a sudden awakening. The Taurian side of the eclipse governs your values, your self-worth, and how you earn a living. You may have a startling realization that the job you've been doing, the one that provides security and a steady paycheck, is completely draining your life force. The Scorpionic influence will pull you toward work that has depth, meaning, and purpose. It's a call to align your daily work with your soul's mission. This might not mean quitting your job tomorrow, but it does mean the seed of discontent has been planted. And it will grow until you can no longer ignore it. The signs will appear as opportunities that seem to come out of left field, a conversation with a stranger that sparks a new business idea, a sudden urge to take a class in a subject you've always been passionate about, or the realization that your hobby could become your profession. Pay attention to what lights you up. Your passion is the compass pointing you toward your true north. This eclipse wants you to understand that your security doesn't come from a job, it comes from being in alignment with your own soul. Perhaps the most profound transformation will occur within your very sense of self. This is a journey into the shadow. Your shadow, a term coined by psychologist Carl Jung, is the part of yourself that you repress and deny. It contains your fears, your insecurities, your perceived flaws, and your untamed creative power. Scorpio energy fearlessly dives into this territory. During this time, you may find yourself confronting aspects of your personality you don't like, your jealousy, your anger, your need for control. The typical reaction is to judge ourselves and push these feelings back down. But the invitation here is to do the opposite. To look at your shadow with curiosity and compassion. To ask your jealousy what it's afraid of losing. To ask your anger what boundary has been crossed. Within these challenging emotions are your greatest teachers. By integrating your shadow, by accepting all parts of yourself, you become whole. You reclaim the immense power and energy that you've been using to keep these parts of yourself hidden. This is the ultimate alchemy, realizing that the parts of you that you once thought were your greatest weakness are actually the source of your most authentic power. Navigating this intense period requires conscious participation. You cannot simply be a passive bystander to this cosmic event. The first and most important tool is surrender. This doesn't mean giving up, it means relinquishing the need to control every outcome. The universe has a much grander plan for you than your mind can conceive of. When you feel the urge to resist change, to cling to the familiar, take a deep breath and whisper to yourself, I trust the process of my life. Resistance is what creates suffering. Flow is what creates miracles. Allow the river of change to carry you, trusting that it is taking you exactly where you need to go. Above all, learn to trust your intuition. Your intuition is your soul's GPS, and it speaks in a quiet, subtle language. It's that gut feeling, that inner knowing that bypasses logic. During this time of immense change, your logical mind will likely be in overdrive, trying to analyze and control everything. It will be scared. Your intuition, however, is always calm, clear, and connected to a higher truth. When faced with a decision, place a hand on your heart, take a few deep breaths, and ask, what feels expansive? What feels contractive? The choice that makes you feel a sense of lightness, openness, and even a little bit of nervous excitement is the one your soul is guiding you toward. The choice that makes you feel tight, heavy, and drained is a sign to pause and reconsider. Your body never lies. Your intuition is your superpower right now, use it. This period is not meant to be easy. It is meant to be transformative. It will challenge you. It will stretch you. And it may even break you open. But it is through the cracks that the light gets in. You are being asked to let go of the good to make way for the magnificent. You are being asked to die to an old way of being so that you can be reborn into a life that is more vibrant, more authentic, and more aligned with your soul's deepest purpose than you ever thought possible. The change that begins on the last day of October is not a singular event, it is the opening of a gateway. It is the start of a new chapter. And you are the one holding the pen. So pay attention to the dreams. Honor the synchronicities. Listen to the whispers of your heart. And have the courage to release what is no longer yours to carry. The universe is conspiring in your favor, working to bring you home to yourself. So, as we stand on this powerful threshold, remember that you are not alone in this. We are all feeling this collective shift, this call to a higher level of consciousness. The intensity is a sign of the magnitude of the breakthrough that is available to us all. Embrace the mystery. Find beauty in the breakdown. And trust that you are being remade into a more powerful, authentic, and radiant version of yourself. Everything is about to change. And it's all happening for you. What signs has the universe been sending you lately? I would absolutely love to hear about your experiences in the comments below. Sharing our stories helps us all feel more connected on this incredible journey. And if this message resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more deep dives into the cosmic currents that guide our lives. Your presence and support mean the world. Until next time, be brave, be present, and trust the magic of your own becoming.